Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to science classes from excelup.com. In this lesson, you will be learning about coal and petroleum. You will learn about types of resources. Then you will learn about formation of coal and petroleum and about usage of the products of coal and petroleum. At the end of the lesson, you will be learning about conservation with reference to PCRA guidelines. What are natural resources? Resources which are available in nature are called natural resources, and based on their exhaustibility, natural resources can be divided into two categories. One is called inexhaustible resource and another is called exhaustible resource. Resources which are in unlimited quantities so that they cannot get exhausted are called inexhaustible resources. For example, air, water and sunlight. Then there are resources which are in limited quantities and they will get exhausted in foreseeable future. These are called exhaustible resources. For example, coal, petroleum and minerals. Coal. Coal is a fossil fuel. It is available as a solid, which is almost as hard as a stone, black in color, and coal is mainly composed of carbon. Let us try to understand how coal was formed. Millions of years ago, there was thick forest in swamps. In due course of time, these trees got buried under the soil because of various factors like flood or landslide. Then intense heat and pressure from the sedimentary rocks which were lying above these remains resulted in conversion of the remains of these trees into coal. And this process is called carbonization. The conversion of organic materials into carbon is called carbonization, and that is how coal was formed. Uses of coal. When steam engines were in vogue, coal was used as fuel for steam engine. In those days, coal was also used as kitchen fuel. Nowadays, many people they use coal when they have to make barbecues. But nowadays, coal is mainly used in industry, especially in thermal power plants. Then coal is processed to make various products like coke, coal tar and coal gas. Coke is a porous material and it is almost pure form of carbon. Because it is the pure form of carbon, so it is more efficient as fuel than coal, and hence coke is used while manufacturing steel and it is used in extraction of metals. Coal tar is used for making the upper surface of road. It is also used for making various items like dyes, drugs, explosives, perfume, plastic, paint, naphthalene balls, etc. Coal gas is used as fuel in industries, especially in those industries which are situated near coal mines. Petroleum. Petroleum is a dark viscous liquid which has an unpleasant smell. These figures represent the formation of petroleum. Around 300 to 400 million years ago, there were various creatures in ocean, including some plants. Around 100 million years ago, these creatures along with plants, they got buried under layers of sand. And after that, because of pressure and temperature from the layer above, these organisms, they got converted into petroleum. This diagram shows the current situation. So this is the bed of the ocean. There is a more or less porous layer in between, and after that above it there is a layer of sand, silt and rock. Petroleum is extracted through drilling oil wells and by using special machines. So here oil and natural gas are found. Natural gas is situated above the layer of petroleum because that is obviously in gaseous form. Refining of petroleum. Petroleum which is taken out from the oil well is called crude oil, and it is as such of no use, so it needs to be refined. And the refining of petroleum is done through a process called fractional distillation, in which different components of petroleum they get separated at different temperatures. So this shows the diagrammatic representation of the fractional distillation column. This is the inlet pipe through which crude oil goes to the distillation column, and this inlet, it passes through a furnace which raises the temperature of crude oil. So the temperature is highest at the bottom and is lowest at the top. So let us begin from the top. At 20 degrees Celsius, you get petroleum gas, which is packed as LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, the gas which we get in cylinder for our kitchen. At 70 degrees Celsius, you get naphtha. Naphtha is used for making many chemicals, medicines, etc. At 120 degrees Celsius, we get petrol, which is used as fuel for light vehicles like car, scooter and motorcycle. At 170 degrees Celsius, we get kerosene, which is used as jet fuel, that is fuel for aircrafts. At 270 degrees Celsius, we get diesel. Diesel is used as fuel for heavy vehicles like trucks, tractors and even for railway engines. At a temperature higher than this, we get lubricating oil, which is used for lubrication of machine parts. At about 600 degrees Celsius, we get fuel oil, which is used as fuel for ships and in factories. And at the bottom, that is at highest temperature, we get bitumen. Bitumen is used for surfacing the road, and nowadays bitumen has replaced coal tar in a big way. Bitumen is also used for making an impervious layer at top of roofs. Natural gas. As I've said earlier, natural gas is found along with petroleum, and it is above the layer of crude oil. Natural gas is taken out from the reservoirs, and it is generally supplied as CNG. CNG stands for compressed natural gas. Nowadays, CNG is used as fuel for automobiles in many cities, and many people now prefer CNG because it is cleaner fuel compared to petrol and diesel. Natural gas is also used as raw material for fertilizer. The government has ensured the construction of Hvj Pipeline. Hvj stands for Hazira, Vijaypur and Jagdishpur Pipeline. It starts from Hazira in Gujarat and ends at Jagdishpur, that is in Uttar Pradesh. And this pipeline, it supplies to many networks of for the smaller pipelines so that CNG can be supplied to various cities of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi NCR, Haryana, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so that is how now CNG availability is pretty good in our country. Drawbacks of fossil fuel. Fossil fuels are exhaustible resources, which means the speed at which we are using fossil fuels, they are going to get exhausted in nearby future, maybe in 100 years from now. Then burning of fossil fuel releases carbon dioxide gas, which causes air pollution, and excess concentration of carbon dioxide in air, it results in global warming, and global warming is responsible for drastic and sudden changes in weather patterns, and because of this we are getting more instances of cyclone and flash floods in various parts of the world. PCRA recommendations. PCRA stands for Petroleum Conservation Research Association. It gives a guideline to save fuel. The guideline says that drive at constant and moderate speed to save fuel, switch off the engine at traffic light when waiting time is more than 1 minute, ensure correct tire pressure, and ensure regular maintenance of vehicle. So if people follow these steps, it will help in saving fuel. So let me recapitulate. I talked about the types of natural resources, then I talked about how coal was formed and what are the uses of coal and its products. Then I talked about the formation of petroleum, fractional distillation of petroleum and various petroleum products and their usage. After that I talked about natural gas, then I talked about drawbacks of fossil fuel, and at the end I talked about PCRA recommendations about how to save fuel. That's all for this lesson. Thank you.